Dakota News Now begins with an alert from the First Alert Weather Center.
A truly messy storm on the first day of the Summit League tournament. From rain to sleet to snow. Sioux Falls saw it all in a matter of hours. Mix in a little hail and an occasional roar of thunder, and you know you're in South Dakota in March. Good evening, I'm Austin Goss. Scott is away from the desk this weekend. All this weather made for some unpleasant driving conditions for thousands of fans at the Premier Center for the tournament. Roads were icy by mid-afternoon and remain so now, with the DOT reporting slick roads across much of central and southeastern South Dakota. A look at conditions across the region right now. Generally a little calmer than earlier, but everything looking a lot more white than when we woke up this morning. Meteorologist Austin Haskins has the latest on the system and our first alert forecast. How's it looking out there, Austin?
Well, we're still looking at those kind of messy road conditions out there right now. We're still seeing completely snow-covered and ice-covered roads across a good portion of our region. In fact, let's take a look at this full screen. So you can see the roads in pink. That's indicating those completely covered roadways. There's some blue showing up as well, that indicating partially snow or ice-covered roadways. And then up to places like Aberdeen and Watertown and Sisseton, the roads are actually in pretty good shape, though we do have a little bit of snow up in that part of the region. And speaking of snow, here's some of the snowfall reports we've seen so far. About 5 inches in Mitchell, 3 inches around Miller and Lake Preston. And then at the Sioux Falls Airport, about 1.5 inches, and that was taken just an hour ago. And I'm still seeing some snow right now. You can see some of the heavier bursts of snow, those darker shades of blue showing up. I'll kind of point it out here, kind of just north of the Sioux Falls, in between there and Brookings, over towards Marshall, and maybe a little bit in and around the Huron area. So we'll still see maybe another couple tenths to an inch or two of snow over the next few hours as this winds down. Winter weather advisory does continue until midnight for the counties in blue, so we'll still have to deal with that for a little bit longer. And temperatures right now are mostly in the 20s. So Austin, any of those roadways that were wet earlier today with the rain or the snow or the sleet, it's going to be freezing now, so we're going to have to be dealing with slick road conditions throughout the night. So keep that in mind if you have to travel, and we'll have more details on your full First Alert forecast coming up.
Thanks, Austin. And while we're dealing with a winter storm a couple hundred miles to the southeast, they're facing deadly tornadoes. Take a look at this video of a tornado that touched down southwest of Des Moines this afternoon. That area saw a number of severe storms. Authorities confirm 6 people have been killed. The storms have also damaged and destroyed many buildings in the area. Several are in the hospital tonight after a car drove through a Starbucks in downtown Sioux Falls. That happened around 12:30 today at the Starbucks on 13th Street and Minnesota Avenue. We talked to law enforcement officers who were on the scene following that accident and some who witnessed it happen.
It's usually nothing out the ordinary, just cars passing by.
Preliminary investigation reveals that there was a vehicle traveling northbound that eventually left the roadway and ended up completely inside a business at this location.
What was a normal Saturday afternoon at a downtown Sioux Falls coffee shop suddenly turned to chaos.
And it looked like these 2 cars coming down Minnesota right here. One was going pretty fast, faster than the other, and it looked like the front of one car hit the other, and then they both went out of control. But instead of going down this street, one went straight into the side of the Starbucks and the other just kept going down that road.
Car went inside Starbucks and hit everybody inside. I took pictures and it's been very horrific. It's like a movie.
Cars almost fully to where where they make the coffee.
Thankfully, no one was killed. However, 7 people in the Starbucks, including 1 employee, were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle, a 65-year-old man, and his 71-year-old female passenger were also hospitalized, but are expected to be okay.
Instead of turning, one of them went into the building and then the other car just kept going down 13.
It's real. It's crazy. It was crazy. It's bad inside.
As for what led to the crash, police tell us the driver of the SUV suffered some sort of, quote, medical event causing him to crash. Neither drugs nor alcohol were involved, and authorities say charges are not pending at this point in the investigation. SDSU and USD both returning to the Premier Center for the Summit League tournament today, and so did their fans. The tourney kicked off today, and after a year of empty stands due to the COVID-19 pandemic, fans of both schools were back to cheer on their teams. That included the Thompsons, a pair of SDSU superfans for Pierre, who went to every single Summit League tournament in Sioux Falls until last year.
You got to have the atmosphere, and we missed out on that. And, you know, that COVID thing put a hammer on a lot of the excitement. Now it's back.
As for the games themselves, South Dakota schools are faring well so far. Zach will have a full breakdown of the games ahead in sports. The players on the court at the Summit League tournament today were hoping to score some baskets, but some of the college students visiting Sioux Falls to cheer on their teams were hoping to score a job. Sarah Parkin is in studio and has our story. Good evening, Sarah.
Good evening, Austin. College students attending the Summit League tournament today could do a little networking and maybe even find their future careers at the Sioux Falls Development Foundation's tailgate at the Summit.
It's a really creative, innovative way to connect with talent and make that emotional connection, because that's what talent today wants. And so meeting somebody in this kind of situation allows you to have those kind of conversations.
Students enjoyed free food and beverages while they mingled with employers, hoping to recruit them to the Sioux Falls home team.
This is a growing community. We have a great ecosystem for a lot of young business owners and existing business owners, and so they're going to find meaningful careers their entire lives here.
The Avera team was on site using the unique opportunity to fill their open positions.
Our setting is amazing here. All of these students might not necessarily come to those individual job fairs. So having something as large as a basketball summit where we can connect where we normally wouldn't connect with students is amazing for us. That's a huge opportunity to fill the open positions that we have.
Avera staff say they weren't just looking for college seniors, but getting their foot in the door with younger students as well.
We are actually looking for juniors. We have internships. It's so important that we get our students now and get them jobs in South Dakota. We want them to stay here, and why not work for one of the best institutions around Avera?
The Sioux Falls Development Foundation staff say this is a great opportunity for any industry looking to grow their team.
Whether you're healthcare or you're a technology company or you're an insurance company or you're maybe a mechanical engineering company, we have great opportunities to connect with the students that are in college and high school. So let's do it.
Sioux Falls Development Foundation staff say they tripled their registration for the event compared to 2020, showing just how much students are shooting for a career in Sioux Falls. Austin?
Sarah Parkin in studio tonight, and Tom Brady can add another accolade to his many accomplishments, thanks to the South Dakota legislature. That story ahead.
And we're still looking at some snow across parts of the region right now. But by tomorrow morning, things are going to be looking at least calmer, but roads are still probably going to be a little bit messy. We'll have your full first alert forecast coming up after this break.
What's next for weather in your region? Plan further ahead for what's in store with our 10-day forecast. Weather when you want it, only on Dakota News Now.
Wake up with Alexandra, Eric, and Aaron every weekday morning on Dakota News Now.
When you're ready to call South Dakota home, we're the first call to make. Generations of South Dakotans know our number, our name, and our incredible service. I'm Corey Davis. I started the Experience Real Estate in Sioux Falls, but today, all across South Dakota, we provide service to clients in so much more than real estate. Home building, rental property, moving, furniture, and even insurance. If you don't know our number already, here it is.
Call 940-5544.
This is a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. These are Arby's 2 for $6 fish sandwiches. So, see you soon then. Arby's, we have the meat.
Do you have cracks in your foundation or walls? Do you have a wet basement or water problem? Rapid Foundation Repair can help. My name is Nathan, and I've been an industry leader for 18 years, and I've lived here in the Black Hills since 2009. We are 100% locally owned and operated, and an industry leader in residential and commercial repair. We specialize in all types of foundation issues. All work is guaranteed with a transferable warranty. Call me for a free inspection and written proposal. Rapid Foundation Repair, providing permanent solutions to structural needs.
Craving a cut above the rest? Perkins Butcher Block menu is back, starting at just $8.99. Sink your teeth into our Hearty Man's Combo, steak quesadilla, and more. And don't forget a fresh baked pie from our bakery. Take it home or order online at perkinstogo.com.
I want a Sunday kind of love, a love to last past Saturday night. I want a Sunday kind of love. Oh yeah, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Huddle up, sports viewers, and enjoy Arby's corned beef Reuben. Arby's corned beef. Arby's. Come on! Arby's, we have the meat.
Well, road conditions, they are not the greatest out there, all thanks to that storm system. But let's take a look back and kind of how the day progressed. So this is at 6 o'clock this morning, and we had some pretty messy weather in parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota and the UP this morning. The center of that lower pressure down just to the south and southwest of Sioux Falls. Now, as we progress throughout the day, we're going to stop it down at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. You can see temperatures out ahead of that system in the 50s and 60s, even 70s in Peoria, Illinois. But to the north, it was much cooler. And of course, this was about the time that we started to see that transition from that rain and some thunder to a little bit of some sleet, some freezing rain, some thunder sleet, thunder freezing rain. I mean, kind of some wild weather around the early afternoon hours. And then now that system has progressed to the east. Of course, the severe storms are now into parts of southern Wisconsin and into parts of Illinois. Still have a winter weather advisory in place through midnight tonight for the counties in blue. That includes really the eastern and southern and southeastern parts of the Dakota News Now coverage area. And looking back at the last 12 hours, kind of a closer look again, you can see all of that precipitation. You can see we started with some rain, and then it transitioned over to a little bit of that mix you can see in the purple and the pink. And now, since temperatures have dropped off, we are now on the colder side of that system. And here's some of the snowfall reports we've seen. 5 inches around Mitchell, 4.5 in Howard, about 3 inches in Miller, and then about 1.5 inches over at the Sioux Falls Airport. So again, we'll have more snowfall reports more than likely coming through tonight and into the morning hours on our Sunday. Temperatures in the 20s right now, still close to 30 around Spencer. That wind out of the northwest between sustained 20 and 30 miles per hour. And that snow, while that will taper off over the next few hours, we're still going to deal with a lot of cloud cover overnight and into the day tomorrow, along with those breezy northwesterly winds. The good news is, though, tomorrow night, the wind calms a little bit, skies will clear, and that's actually going to lead to a pretty nice day for our Monday, with temperatures maybe a few degrees warmer than it's going to be for our day tomorrow. Temperatures tonight dropping back into the teens to lower 20s, a little warmer down towards Sioux City at 23. And highs tomorrow, not really going to rebound a whole lot, back into the middle and upper 20s to near 30, maybe lower 30s down towards Yankton and Sheldon. Here's that 10-day forecast. 32 and 39 Monday, Tuesday in the Sioux Falls area. Another round of snow is possible Wednesday, Thursday. Still several days out, so we'll watch that closely. But that could bring another round of some accumulating snow. And it will also be chilly as well, with highs about 20 degrees below average. Aberdeen, we have no precip chances in our forecast the next 10 days, but temperatures in mostly the 20s and the 30s. A couple nights next week, especially later in the week, we could see lows approaching that 0 mark. And finally in Pierre, 30 tomorrow, 40 Monday, chance of that snow on Wednesday. Cool for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but then look at the temperatures next week, get back into the 40s and even a couple days approaching 50. And the latest 8 to 14-day temperature outlook still kind of favoring below average temperatures, but we're starting to see it trend more towards the middle again, which is around average. So some warmer weather could be on the horizon towards St. Patrick's Day and beyond. A precip right around average. Stay with us, much more coming up after the break.
The First Alert Weather Team helps you plan and prepare for the next big thing. The next big thing, only on Dakota News Now.
In the 80 years since we started, we've seen just about every business imaginable. The big, the small, and everything in between. And we've come to believe that when a dream is strong enough, nothing can stand in its way. Businesses keep us all going, and we're here to keep business going.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Next week, we'll continue that warming trend.
bad credit or no credit but need a car? Using your tax refund as a down payment may tip the credit approval scale in your favor. Apply today at billionauto.com and see how easy it can be to get an auto loan. We've helped thousands of people get approved, and we'd love to help you. Choose from over 3,000 vehicles, 16 new car brands, and thousands of used vehicles. All from the comfort of your home on billionauto.com.
Dakota News Now is sponsored by Billion Automotive.
A State House update on a unique commemoration being considered at the South Dakota State Legislature. Lawmakers are set to honor Tom Brady as one of football's greatest quarterbacks of all time. A bipartisan commemoration was brought forth in both the State House and the Senate to honor the 7-time Super Bowl champion for his hard work, perseverance, and strong competitive spirit. The 44-year-old quarterback retired in February. The Multicultural Center hosted Let's Have a Ball Day today here in Sioux Falls as a way to get kids involved in and trying out different sports and activities. Kids who attended got to take part in workshops in football, soccer, volleyball, basketball, and dancing. Organizers say that the event was intended to provide an opportunity to try new activities to underserved groups.
There's not a lot of teams that kind of caters to a lot of the underserved youth, and then kind of connects them to different opportunities, whether if it's soccer, volleyball, basketball, football. There's not a lot of programs, so I'm trying to host this event and then help them connect to those opportunities.
Organizers saying they're hoping to host more multi-sport events like this in the future. Zach joins us for the latest on the Summit League tournament when we get back.